Hi, this is Arcalena. I am back now playing the game with my wife. Trash Lapras.
That's
Still
me.
my wife.
Yeah, same wife. Yeah, I'm Trash Lapras. Yeah. I'm excited for this. Should be really fun.
Before we get started, we have one more pet, I believe.
It's actually two more pets now. We
Let's
just
go.
hit $400, so Cerberus gets 2 big old pets.
Let's go.
Who's the best three-headed boy?
Fun fact, only the right head likes pets. The left head doesn't, and the middle head's just sleepy. I'm the middle one.
I think I'm the middle one too.
You know what? Maybe we all are.
No, I'm definitely the right head.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so as I believe nnevic had alluded to, or if you had seen 2P1C run at AGDQ, no, you haven't, because we're going to be playing a different weapon this time. This is the reason, in fact, why Lapras and I were running the Zagreus rail instead of the more meta picks, because we wanted to show off Hestia, and Hestia is Lapras' rail of choice, so we had to keep it fair. Keep it fair.
Keep it fair. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can just go into it. We've already changed our controls. I'm gonna be on the left side, Lapras is gonna be on the right side, and yeah, ready?
I think we're good.
Okay.
Want me to count you in?
Yeah, go ahead and count us in.
Alrighty, so we'll be starting the 2 players 1 controller run in 3, 2, 1, go!
So we're going to be playing Hestia the Rail. Timer start. How Hestia works is whenever we reload, and you can manually reload even if you have full ammo, the next shot's going to be doing a lot more damage. That's why it's all purpley and shoots like a big bang. Yeah, this is one of the more technical aspects because you have to press the buttons in a sort of rhythm-like fashion. That's actually one of the more interesting things about the 2P1C between me and Lap. We had played Achilles AGDQ, which is another technical aspect with a lot of buttons. And you might think, oh, lots of buttons, 2P1C, that sounds really hard. But it's actually easier for us to play the weapon that presses a lot of buttons than something than, like, say, Beowulf or Hera, where you have to really do some precise aiming.
Yeah, if only one of us has to push pretty much all of the buttons. It's a lot simpler to line it up.
Yeah, so Lapras is pressing pretty much all the buttons. I have movement, nothing too big there. Which one do you want? Okay.
Go for puppies.
I have movement, interact, and summon, and Lapras has dash, attack, call, reload, literally everything else.
Just a couple things.
Oh, we forgot to get Boldy.
Oh, we did forget to get Boldy.
But for Hestia, we use a different rail of choice, hammer of choice. Instead of the spread fire hammer, our grenade is now a rocket. So, again, Greeks famous for their rockets. Nice. And just like the other weapons, where we have been taking... that's hard to set up on 2P1C. These mech setups that require specific angles.
Yeah, that one's the hardest mech setup normally too.
Yeah, it's
2P1C is pretty fun. But even if you whiff it, you still get like... worst case, it's half as good as normal. What?
All right, it looks like we've run into some technical difficulties again.
Do we go back to break?
But thank you all so much for your patience with us as we try and figure this out with virtual marathons. It's always a little bit tough to make sure everything works completely smoothly. So again, thank you all for sticking with us and hanging out while we figure out what's going on and resolve these technical issues as fast as possible so we can get back to the 2 players, 1 controller action. I'd like to give a shout out right now to all of the anonymous donors who have donated throughout the Hades run before to help make this run that we're seeing right now possible. We had a whole bunch of different amounts of donations from anonymous donors with no comments, including $50 from anonymous with no comment, $25 from anonymous with no comment, $200 from anonymous with no comment, $100 from anonymous with no comment, and another $50 from an anonymous donor with no comment. And so thank you so much to everybody who helped us be able to see this run that we're watching right now. You all are incredible and fantastic. And honestly, this marathon it would not be possible without all of you coming out and watching and supporting and helping us just continue to keep all of this momentum and hype alive. You all are incredible, and thank you all so much for being here, and thank you so much for sticking with us while I figure out the tech issues. I'll remind you again, too, if you didn't before during our little break, especially for those of you who are just joining us, go grab some water, hydrate, stretch, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Now is a really great time to do that for a little bit while we figure out some of these tech issues. I'd also like to remind you all as well, while we are figuring this out, that we do have 6 more potential pets for the best boy, Cerberus. So, if you would like to see the best boy, specifically only the right head of the best boy, get some pets, then get those donations in. Also, I'd like to know from you all, either in chat or in your donations, which head of Cerberus are you? Our runners and commentators were talking about it before. We had that right head, who's the only one who likes pets, the middle one who just seemed to be asleep, and the left one who is simply vibing. I think I'm the left head. I'm just hanging out. I'm along for the ride, but let us know which head of Cerberus are you, because I'd like to know, and chat would like to know. So let us know. Lastly, while we hang out here, I would love to encourage you all to go and check out our plethora of incredible prizes, not just for today, but also for the rest of the week. We have prizes that rotate out every day. So if you see something you like from today's stack of prizes, make sure to get your donations in and hit those minimum donations to be entered for a chance to win those. Or if none of those prizes suit your fancy, we have a couple of options for you. Number one is for a minimum of $200 of cumulative donations over the course of the week, you can be entered to win an absolutely beautiful Hollow Knight Queen's Gardens Respite. There we go. Queen's Gardens Respite miniature. This is so beautiful, so detailed, so incredible. You do not want to miss the opportunity to be entered to win this. It is absolutely gorgeous. Check that out. That is for $200 of cumulative donations over the course of the week to be entered in for that. And that is not just exclusive to today. It is for the entire week. And then also feel free to check out some of the prizes we have on offer for tomorrow and for Saturday, since those will be rotating out as well. So when you have a couple of moments right now, check those out. Pull it up on your second screen if you have one, or if you don't, pull it up on your main screen. But it actually, never mind, close those prizes, put them away. We're back. We have our runners back for 2 players, 1 controller. Let's get back to the action and back to this amazing run.
All right, I think we are back.
All right.
This is still my wife.
Still white.
It's good.
Okay, I think we're
count
just
you
going
in
to
again.
jump back into it.
Sure. Okay, ready? You have the button, so yeah, whenever you're ready.
3, 2, 1.
Where were we?
I think we were
I don't
complaining
know where
about.
we were, so I'm just gonna mention that that like a bunch of the other weapons that we've played tonight, Hestia also really likes Poseidon Dash because we have that great single target damage with the empowered shot from Hestia, but our AoE damage isn't as good. So Splash Dash is really nice for that.
Yeah, and you'll see, especially with like the numb skulls here, they kind of just get melted when you just walk into them.
The other thing that's important, especially on weapons that are kind of relying on splash dash for AoE, is that you really want to get a couple of palms here, and they unfortunately haven't gotten that. So usually you'd see like those unarmored witchers would just kind of be dying to those dashes by this point in the run, but unfortunately the lack of palms means that the damage is going to be a little lower than what they'd usually be looking for.
So we just got +3 dashes, so Lapras is me pressing a lot of buttons now. Just like always, more dashes means more damage, but you also have to like tie that into your reload, into your shot, into your cast, into your special. So this is one of those cases where having one person do all the buttons is actually kind of nice. I don't have to worry about any of that.
Yeah, and if it gets to be too many buttons for me, I'll just pretend I only have 2 dashes, and it's fine.
Yeah. So we're going to be taking the Shackle Keepsake into Asphodel, and we'll likely have it for the rest of the run. Like nnevic had mentioned before, if we don't have an attack boom, we just get 100% extra damage on our attack. And that's just really nice for Hestia. Because it's hard to get more than 100% on our attack.
Yeah, Hestia is definitely something that takes Shackle a whole lot more in RTA than basically anything else. And even in IGT, sometimes it just 100% scaling on that attack, it does like 300 damage base. It's just really good for huge numbers. Elena, do you have to worry a lot more about movement with +3 dashes on 2P1C? Because it seems like that'd be even harder to stay in sync.
It doesn't change that much, actually. You would think so, but I think I'm always trying to like direct the dashes back towards. What do we want here? Bombs?
Yeah, we have some good ones.
Trying to redirect back towards the enemies. So it just sort of just happens to work out nicely. I'm always adjusting with what Lap's doing, and I'm sure Lap is pressing buttons to where I'm moving us. So no, it doesn't make things much more difficult.
And I just want to point out how remarkably close this still looks to just, you know, a somewhat new runner who is maybe like a couple dozen hours into the game, both in like how the movement looks and the pace we are moving through the game at right now, is still very comparable to what we'd expect to see there, which is just absolutely remarkable for 2 people sitting at 1 controller.
Yeah, they won't tell you this, but they're 3 weapons time, so not quite the same thing. It's you know, you're running 3 weapons, so not like the all weapons, only half of that. But that is 19th in the world, not among 2 players, 1 controller. That's 19th over all Hades runners. So it's I don't know how they reached that point, but it is their top 20 individually, obviously, and also just putting them together, it's still top 20.
Yeah, and there's really not even that much us commentators can offer here besides some, you know, more color casting, because they really are the most foremost experts on this category by far.
We sort of just did it one time as sort of a joke when I visited Lapras, and I was like, hey, what if we did 2P1C? And they were like, that wasn't actually that bad. What if we did this more seriously?
I'm pretty sure we are all very glad you did, because this is some amazing content.
Oh yeah. Something I would like to point out in the Learny fight especially, we have Hunter's Mark now. Hunter's Mark is something that when you crit, it marks a nearby foe, and then anything on that foe is much more likely to crit. This is really useful in normal combats, but it also in Learny and Heroes for the boss fights, because there are, you know, multiple things there. So whenever you crit, you can kind of start trading those marks around, and it just means that you can get a lot more crits. And as we mentioned earlier, crits are triple damage after every other piece of scaling. So it's just a huge damage output increase if you can just be passing those crits around a bunch of different enemies.
I think that's kind of interesting of how on their side of health. nnevic had mentioned during the race that during RTA we won't take as many menus because, you know, it doesn't stop real time when we were in menus. Before, health would be like sort of a waste, but then runners would find that
There we go.
no menus is good, just take no menus. So it's gotten sort of from like health, good, safety to health, not necessary, low health to health, good, fast. So on one hand, we take a lot of health in 2P1C just for safety because, you know, it's kind of hard to coordinate between the two of us sometimes. It may not look like it, but this has tended to be a little more dangerous. We did not get a nice hammer combination, but that's fine. But also, we just take health because health is good.
Yeah, if you have more health, you can tank more hits, and that's just faster.
Yeah. Maybe when we're running through the rest of Elysium, we can get another couple donations in.
That we can do. We are $50 away, just so everyone knows, from another pet of the best boy. We had $25 come in from Pinecone, who said, "In the name of Hades, spoil that dog more." And I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, I
We
think
also
I
had-
speak.
oh, go for it.
Go ahead.
We also had one, this is from a friend of mine. This came in from Harvey for $50 that said, "Thanks for hosting, Spef. You're doing so great." Thanks, Harv. And it says, "P.S. Cats rule, dogs drool." Boo, dogs.
You know, we could have both. We could spoil all of the furry creatures, you know?
Exactly. Why do we have to choose? Why can't we just love all of the pets equally?
We get a ancient Greek three-headed kitty for Hades too.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Also, going into, we're actually going to be going into the heroes fight pretty quickly here on account of that chaos gate in the bottom corner, and we even get a fountain too. That is one of the things we get about the mod pack that I don't think we discussed earlier. Normally you don't get that little shimmery indicator for where fountains are, but one of the features of the mod pack, it just kind of shows you what that is, and it lets runners make a little bit more informed decisions about what runes they're going to be getting, and that also reduces the variance a bit.
But actually, no one tells you this beforehand, but half of the time you just end up seeing that you like have to pass up the fountain anyways, so it didn't even matter that you were able to see it because you gotta take the shop or the chaos gate or another free room, which is just better in the situation. So
Yeah,
it can also just increase the amount of salt.
Yeah,
Where's these guys? Oh.
he's right there. You were on him. That is definitely something. Even with without two people on the run, there's so much stuff happening in Heroes with Theseus's call, and you're making a bunch of things blow up. Keeping track of all the things on the screen is really challenging sometimes.
Yeah, it's a bit of a visual firework, and as much as we try to do our best to give all the information and keep it accessible even for people who haven't played the game, there's just so much visual information to follow that it's like hard to pause what's even like relevant or not, even if you're the one running the game. So don't worry if you're feeling a little overwhelmed, that's normal.
Yeah. Maybe another couple donations and sticks.
Yes, absolutely. Just so you know, we will be petting Cerberus one more time, thanks to the generous donations of everyone out there in chat. So thank you all so much. We've got one more pet for Cerberus coming for you after this run. We had a couple of donations come in from folks without comments once again. We had $100 come in from Solenoid. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but thank you so much for your donation. We really appreciate it. We also had $50 come in with no comment from Sykes.
Nice, yeah. And there's still a little bit more time to get some more stuff in for one more Cerberus pet, maybe too. I mean, we've got.
I was gonna say, like, one more Cerberus pets. That's not decided yet. We can do 2 or 3 probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we still have to, fight Dad again. There's certainly a space for some more pets.
I'll take this one. Gigantic.
And I think I speak for everyone who's ever played this game. and encountered Cerberus guarding the doors out of sticks that there was a huge moment of relief when we realized that we did not actually have to fight him.
Oh yeah.
Because no one wants to do that, I think.
You wander in the first time and you're like, oh no, you're not gonna make me do that. and then instead you find him a little treat, which I think we can all agree is a better alternative.
Just the darndest thing. It's one of the many little touches I love about this game, because it just shows like how much they get the gamers, you know.
Oh yeah, there's just so much detail. It's actually, I think one of my favorite voice lines is there's a thing where you can pick up an onion, and one of the NPCs in the game will say, if you wander in after having picked up an onion, she'll be like, she'll basically make fun of you for eating it raw, and then Zaga's like, what? What do you mean raw? Like you're supposed to cook it? It's just a fun little touch.
I think my favorite voice line has to be "might as well" when he enters like a chaos gate or something, and
also,
I find myself always just repeating that. Yeah.
Time is going to be coming up, by the way, when Hades dies this time.
Time is gonna be just a second here. Right now, time. That would fly a lot faster than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice comfy run.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah, big GG's to both of you.
Say hi to
So that's Hades 2P1C. Always a treat to be able to do that at a marathon.
Absolutely.
And maybe you too could do 2P1C with, someone special in your life.
Highly recommend it.
You need to find a wife first. But I'm working on it.
I mean, I've done it with a friend. It's, it didn't look quite as fast as they made it for some reason, but I would highly recommend it. It's a fun time.
Very fun time.
But that's gonna be all from us tonight with Hades.
Well, we do have one more pet.
Oh,
We have a
Yeah,
pet.
I was going to hop in and say
Alright.
it won't be all. We have one more thing to do.
Can't forget the goodest boy.
High skill 2P1C petting.
True.
This is the most intense part of the run.
Yeah, I cannot stop praising the absolute mechanical mastery at skill here as they approach the three-headed dog.
Yeah, they've
Go
been
in.
practicing. They've been practicing the pet all week. All
The
week.
most crucial move of the entire
Oh,
evening.
no.
pets. More pets.
There we go.
Beautiful.
There we go. And I think that's all we have
Okay.
for us. We have to go do some petting of our own.
She's probably been yelling at the door. Our
I think
cat.
she's asleep.
Oh, thought I heard her earlier.
Maybe for a little bit.
Okay. But again, that's all from us tonight. Thank you so much, GDQ, for putting on this event. Thank you to the National Women's Law Center for all their wonderful work, very important work. And thank you to our wonderful commentators.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Thank you for
so
having
much. Yeah, you can find us on Twitch, trash_Lapras or arcalena. Also, if you like Hades, just join the Hades speedrunning Discord. It's a wonderful community. Everybody there is super nice and great. And Hades, we love it.
Hades 2 coming out supposedly in Q2 of this year, so see what we get up to in that game. More 2P1C, perhaps?
Probably.